Previously on Sailing Cuba.
We are planning to head up 150 miles to Martinique again.
From here on, plain sailing.
They're hitting the side of the boat so hard. Oy.
Into the wild again. Tell me when does it end? Hide under the shadow of the morning. Into the break of dawn. We are gonna carry on. Covered by the daylight. It's alright. We are pushing head on. All your worries be gone. We are running straight out into the wild. Follow
Horrible night we had. It was all good until the top of St. Vincent, and after that the wind picked up about 25 to 28 knots and it hasn't dropped since. So pretty much half of the journey it's been like this now. Man, just beating, and the waves are so big, it's wrenched. I don't know how many times we changed clothes, like a pile of clothes on the floor. Look at this. Yeah, actually I jinxed it because I said, you know, such a nice ride. And then it goes so bad.
It's a bit windier than anticipated. I've been trying to pass St. Lucia now for hours and hours. We're not advancing. Wind and the current are pretty much against us. If we motor, we wouldn't advance. There's no way, so we just have to keep sailing and find a way.
That's the last thing we need now.
You could propel us a little
Oh man,
bit.
I'm so tired. This has been the ride from hell, man.
Guys, while we're trying to get into Le Marine, where it is quieter to anchor, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of context. On the way here, we hit one squall after the other, and the wind and the current was against us from St. Lucia onwards, so things got a bit hairy, and we kind of stopped filming. Our trip from Carriacou, Grenada, up here, the 150 miles, was supposed to last, well, was supposed to take us 24 hours, and overall it took us 48. It was just impossible. We were tacking for 10 hours straight just to gain ground, and it just didn't happen. We said, okay, for the last 3 miles into the anchorage, okay, let's just turn the engine on. And after 10-15 minutes, we heard the alarm that the engine is overheating, so we turned it off and we continued sailing. But obviously it was really, really hard for us to gain any ground. Very difficult. So we limped our way into St. Anne yesterday, and now it's the next morning, guys. Early, I think it's about 9 o'clock. We woke up and, oh, I forgot to mention, in the last 2 miles, I think, our Genoa started ripping. So now we have a rip in the sail as well. Too many things happened, guys. It's a bit difficult to put it all in order right now. I mean, we rested now and slept for, I don't know, a day or something. You know, when you wake up and you've got no clue what day it is. Yeah, that happened to us.
I think our problem was sargassy in the water. Maybe it got underneath because when the problem started, the propeller was shaking, and I said, oh, maybe we got something. And then that's when it overheated after maybe 10 minutes of motoring. And that was in the last bit before arriving here to St. Anne. But now there's still sargassy in the water, and yeah, I don't really. It's a bit too risky. Too many odds against us, man. You're crossing the channel. There's 25 knots of wind. There's sargassy in the water. You can't rev your engine more than 1,000 revs. The rocks are right next to the on the other side, so it's a bit too scary. So my backup plan is anything, I just drop the anchor here because it's only like 7 meters deep. Every time the wind catches the boat on the port or starboard, there's no way to control it, it just goes. And at that point I have to accelerate the engine to 2,100, and that's when I'm fearing that it's gonna overheat. We have the broken Genoa. Yeah, I'm not complaining, I'm just concerned, to be honest. The boat just went that way. It's scary.
It's funny that you're smiling now. It's just a second before I turn on the camera, you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah, I got it under control now. It's fine. It's just scary.
We're standing still.
Yeah, I'm standing still pretty much. Yeah. Well, we're next to that boat. We're not moving.
Made it.
So tired, but we finally arrived. So we just anchor here now. Turn the engine off.
In the tightest spot ever.
Yeah, and this guy's on the mooring there. Should be okay. There's a naked man right in front of us. I think. Oh, please.
God. Oh, I saw it. And we dropped the anchor right behind the naked man. That's reference.
And yeah, we're here in Le Marin. We're just gonna try to eat, rest a little bit, and then figure out where we can take the Genoa down. It's not gonna happen anytime sooner here now because the way it is now is very windy. But yeah,
We're here.
at least we're here, and then we're gonna try to check the boat to see what happened with the engine and everything. Yeah.
All right, guys, the boat is safe, and we got a quick bit of just calming down our nerves because maneuvering with an engine that might potentially overheat and a broken sail is not pleasant, but we're good.
Good morning, and today we're going to check the engine. When you overheated, the coolant actually came out of the expansion tank, which means it wasn't a faulty alarm. The engine did overheat. So what we're going to do, we're going to go on the side and we're going to check that enough raw water is coming out through the exhaust, and then we're going to take it from there and see if that solves the issue, like diving underneath maybe and checking if anything is blocked. And if no, we need to start taking apart the heat exchanger and the other bits, maybe the impeller as well. But yeah, hopefully we're going to solve it.
We're gonna start checking how much water is coming out of it. And Nick is down there battling in the waves with the dinghy. He's got the bucket ready, and I'm gonna turn the engine on. We have a Yanmar 54 horsepower. We're gonna run it in idle, and then Nick is gonna catch the water that's coming out. And then we're gonna rev it up, and he's gonna try the same thing. And then we're gonna check with the specifications if that coincides with a perfectly running engine, because both of us have the feeling there's not enough water coming out, but we will not know until we actually test it. Go.
This is one of the weirdest things I've ever done.
Are you gonna have to hang there for a minute? 10 seconds countdown. Our bucket is too small.
Okay.
2, 1. That's it.
1 bucket and a quarter. Full bucket is 3 gallons or 4 gallons.
4 gallons.
And I think that's the correct amount, no?
So yeah.
Exactly 4 gallons. So now it's 2,100 reps. Whoa, whoa, now more water coming out.
And more forceful too.
Whoa. The bucket is almost full now.
God, you still have 45 seconds to go.
Okay, that's 1 bucket.
1 bucket.
That's 3 buckets. Okay. In 2,100 reps, I was 3 buckets and I believe 2 gallons.
About that, yes.
So I think it's very good. We're gonna check now with the manufacturer to see if that is the right amount of water, but that's a lot of water coming out. But that's not what was coming out the day they overheated. On just idle, it was 4.2 gallons, and on 2,100 reps, it was 10.2 gallons. And I read about it online, and I think the standard for that engine is about 4 gallons. But I don't know if the person who puts it online, you know, is right about it. But I think yeah, I think we're okay. What we can do, we can go out and we can check to see if he overheats. If he does overheat, then I'm a bit worried about it, because it's the right amount of water, I think, so far coming out. That's actually quite a lot of water. But yeah, until we test, we don't know. We're gonna do that now. Every time we want to leave this place, man, it's just horrible.
Just as we wanted to go and test the engine. Who wants to be on the helm right now? Nobody. It's gonna stop in a minute again. Usually these pass within 15-20 minutes maximum. But it's crazy. I'm glad we were not in the dinghy at that time, because you were saying, no, it's gonna be okay. You said, yeah, there's something coming. Lots of rain, but we just missed it. Okay guys, we just tested out our engine, and after 15 minutes just motoring out of the anchorage in Le Marine, it overheated again. We really hoped everything is okay, but no, everything feels really hot in here as well, like properly. The coolant has come out and is now on the bottom of the engine, so some coolant overflowed. I did realize that after just about 5 or 10 minutes it was very hot, as in it doesn't usually get that hot so quickly, but I thought maybe it's just because we've been out in the rain and inside the boat it was already hotter. So I guess we have to spend the evening reading to see what might be the issue with our engine.
What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the thermostat out. I'm going to put it in a pot. I'm going to boil it and see if it opens at the correct temperature. If it doesn't, we know that that's the issue. If not, we have to keep digging into maybe the heat exchanger or yeah. But let's just do that first before we panic. So that's 87 degrees and it's pretty much almost fully open now. So it started to open like at 81 degrees and now it's like 87. And yeah, it's fully open, so it's not the thermostat, to be honest.
Yeah, it sounds pretty correct to me.
Yeah.
Oh, so many animals in here! Oh.
Sarah's still gonna go under the boat and check that there's nothing blocking the strainers underneath. But I think by the amount of water that was coming out, I don't think we have an issue down there underneath the boat.
I don't think the problem is coming from underneath the boat. I looked at it now and it looks fine to me. There's this little grid where the water comes in, and I scraped it with a knife and I looked inside, but it's all clear, there's nothing stuck in there. And anyway, we tested that all the water is coming out, seems to be perfect. I mean, we thought as well it might be the impeller or the heat exchanger, but then why would there be enough water coming out? And there's nothing stopping the water from coming in. So I'm really not sure what else it could be, but I guess we just have to take one step at a time.
Oh, it's so hot. We're just chilling here in the cabin. So after our mission of checking the water, why you look so big?
Why is this so large on the video? My head is like that.
Jeez. I think that's why people don't vlog in their bed.
Yeah, I think so. It's a horrible angle. Oh, there comes the cat.
God.
Come here, come
I
here.
think it was an epic fail.
No, let's put some warm cat onto me. At least this area looks smaller now. Yeah, look at my hand. Look at my giant hand.
Giant arm.
Guys, we're going mad. It's too hot. We're trying to do things in the mid-heat. We have to wait. We still have to go to the supermarket because this is the closest. If we go now, we're not going to be able to get anything anymore, but it's just debilitating. I can't move.
Okay, giant arm, let's go.
Stop calling me giant arm.
Maybe.